Hey there, friends and neighbors, it's your old pal Slap How Jackson saying, you ain't living, not even a smidgen, if you ain't surf fishing. Well, let me tell you, I've been spending a lot of time at Robert Moses. I've been working from Demo Point all along the ocean back to the exit. And when there's nothing happening at Robert Moses, I'll go over to Jones Inlet and check it out there. I'm chasing down blues and albies, but I got to be honest, I haven't even caught up to an albie yet. Now, the blues, on the other hand, I did get into on a couple of times, and I'll show you some footage about that as well. But right now, I'd like to tell you that I'll be performing at the South Shore Surf Spectacular. It's a tournament from October 10th to 12th for bass, blues, and blackfish, and it's, of course, the Jones Beach Fishing Station. You know, Jones Beach Fishing Station also gave me a $25 gift certificate to give away in the show a little later, so stick around. We'll tell you all about that. Make sure you come down on October 12th for at least the award ceremony if you're not in the tournament yourself. I'm going to be playing all your classic rock and roll hits, so we always have a good time. So now listen, if you want to get in on the prizes, or if you just want to know what's going on in between my shows, just send me your email right here at the slapjacksonshow@verizon.net. I'll put you on the email list. You'll be eligible for prizes. You'll get all the surf updates in between shows. So before we go on and tell you all about Demo and what's going on there, let's just get the report from Jones Beach Fishing Station. You know, they've been catching some nice fish over there. All right, let's check in with the Jones Beach Fishing Station, see what's going on. Now, here's a beautiful catch. Ed Walsh with a nice albie. Well done. Hey, look at the size of this fluke. Another good catch. Look at the size of this stargazer. That's a big one. 175-pound mako in 60 foot of water. Let me tell you something. I'm going to be playing there on October 12th at the Jones Beach Fishing Station, Field 10. I'm going to be playing for the award ceremony for the South Shore Surf Spectacular. So get signed up. We always have a great time. All right, so I went down to Robert Moses. It's Wednesday, September 10th. Now, that's the ocean out there, and I'm standing on a sandbar, as you can see, that's off the beach. And it's quite a distance at low tide. You can get out there pretty much. I wanted to be able to cast into the ocean. That's my truck there on the beach. Anyhow, when I was able to cast into the ocean, the waves were a little high and the wind was a little strong, but I got into these cocktail blues. And they were a lot of fun when they smacked my papa right on the surface there. I had a good time. But the waves got heavy and the water started to come up and I had to get off the bar. So I made my way over to the beach, and I was maybe 1,000 yards off Demo Point, and the trough was starting to fill up with water. And when it got close to high tide, I started to get into these bluefish again, and I really had a good time there. All right, so I came down to the Surf Fishing Show and Workshop. You know, it's sponsored by the Fisherman, you know, the Fisherman magazine. Well, it was September 11th. It was at the Hotel Hilton, right on Route 110 here. And there were a lot of people around. There really was. And there was a lot to be seen, too. There was all sorts of rigs, lures, jigs, rods, reels, corkers, kayaks, the whole 9 yards. Bill Wetzel was there. He's the great Montauk guide, as you know. There was Mike from Salt Waters helping me out with a nice surf rod. Thanks, Mike, for your help. I appreciate it. This guy wanted to get on the show, so he got in front of the camera and said hello. I have no idea who that fellow was, but anyhow, he got his 5 seconds worth of fame right here on the Slap Jackson Surf Fishing Show. And everybody was there. Saw a lot of familiar faces. We were all hanging out to see who was going to win what. And let me tell you something, there was a lot of great prizes. Right now, they're giving away a very collectible Van Stall reel right there. And there was so many rods, reels, equipment, shirts. There was all sorts of stuff that was just great. We all had a good time. All right, I went down to Robert Moses again. You know, I was doing well there, and it's Friday, September 12th. You can see there are birds working out there, and I'm praying that there are game fish under them. And with the grace of God, there were. And it wasn't long before I was suited up and catching some bluefish. Now, this one took my pencil popper here. I figured I'd check it out. I tried to get his length, but he kept flopping around too much. He was just a little too feisty to sit still. Nonetheless, oh man, they were out there. They were in a feeding mode. I just had a great time. Now, take a look at this guy. Now, not only did he take the pencil popper, but got himself so worked up that he regurgitated what you're looking at there on the sand. Now, take a look as I come in closer. That is a snapper on the right and a spearing, I believe, on the left. So he didn't even bite the snapper. He just swallowed it whole. All right, so the next day, I can't wait to get back to Robert Moses. It's Saturday, September 13th. Man, I'm going to have a great time. But fish never showed up. They just didn't show up. All right, but what happened? Robert Moses, the next day, Sunday, September 14th, man, I couldn't wait to get back there again. This time it had a change, and I was rewarded with some nice fish. Now, he looks a little bloody, but it wasn't as bad as it looks. He went right back in the water without a problem. This guy almost swallowed the whole damn popper. He was a pain to unhook, but I had a great time. All right, the High Hook Hall of Fame. You know, I got to admit, there are so many high hooks out there. So get on the show, just send in your email. It's that easy to the slapjacksonshow@verizon.net. Take a look at all these high hooks. Now, here's Junaid. He got himself a beautiful Jones Beach fluke, and he also picked up this Stargaze, a little ugly, but they all are. Anyhow, Pistol Pete is never far from the action, and you notice he's mostly working at night. He catch himself a beautiful week. Here's John with his first ever Albie, and I know that feeling because they accelerate like there's no tomorrow. Now, Richard's got himself a beautiful fluke here, and as he's fishing the area, he also picked up this nice bluefish, so I'm sure he had a great time fishing. Now, look what Kenny sent in. Just above that $5 off sign is a blowfish. That bluefish had swallowed the blowfish whole. So, the High Hook Hall of Fame, just email your picture and a brief description right here, and I'll get you on the show. Alright, so as you know, I've been working Robert Moses, but if there's nothing going on at Moses, I'm going to stop at Jones Inlet on the way home. Anyhow, let me tell you, if you go to Jones Inlet and there's no wind, at the end of the day, you're going to get mosquitoes all over you. They're going to eat you alive, so be careful. Alrighty, now, there's short fluke out there. There's snappers out there. There's tons of bait out there. I saw lots of mullet going by, a couple of schools of them, but there were no fish on them. When I did see fish, they were way past my casting range, so I knew if I hung in there, I'm going to catch fish. All right, now take a look at this. I'm down at Robert Moses. It's Friday. I'm working this pencil popper, and look at the size of the snapper that nailed it. My God, the snapper was about exactly the same size as the pencil popper. It was unbelievable. Anyhow, look at the bird action going on here right in Fire Island Inlet. Now, this is Demo Point. The other side you're looking at there, that's Sore Thumb. Now, you can't see in this picture, but in the white caps of that rip, there are bluefish that are breaking the water from time to time. You see bait fish trying to get out of their way. Let me tell you something. You cast it into that rip, and it was fish after fish after fish. I don't know. It started somewhere around 4:30. I think it ended somewhere around 6:30. You know, the minute they were biting like that, I changed to a tin with a single hook. It's so much more easier on the fish. Now, this is the first fish I caught. I was using a deadly dick, hoping that I'd find some albies, but I changed to that lure with just a single hook. All right, let's get the fishing report from Saltwater's Tackle. Now, a few hours ago, I was talking to Mike at the store, and he's telling me that there's lots of albies right off the beach, right on the ocean there. And when I think of albies, I think about crippled herring lures and deadly dicks and even throwing diamond jigs without any type of tube, just the metal hook itself. Now, for you boat fishermen, there are bass and blues on the bunker pods right outside the inlet. And today is the last day of the fluke season, so get your last licks in. Hey, make sure you say hello there at Saltwater's Tackle. Oh, man, I had a great time with those bluefish. It was one fish after another. Hey, I'm glad I had some lures that only had one hook at the back. It's so much easier on the fish. It's so much easier on you. You know, I could release those fish without my pliers simply because I only had that one hook to worry about. You know, things are only going to get better now, if you ask me. You know, as the water cools, the fall run approaches us. There's a lot of tournaments out there in October. The Montauk one at the end of September. But let's get down to who the $25 winner is from Jones Beach Fishing Station. And that fella is Sean Case. Yes, Sean, way to go, man. $25 gift certificate winner from Jones Beach Fishing Station. So if you want to get in on the prizes, if you want to get the surf updates, just send me an email right here at the slapjacksonshow@verizon.net, and I'll put you on the email list. Now remember, when I see you on the beach, say hello, I'll get you on the show.
I was born high on a dune. Tide full moon, I'm high hook. There ain't no denying that when the fish are frying, I'm high hook. Where the land meets the sea, that's where I'll be.